Game Broken Arrow. Di game ini adalah game RTS. Untuk karakternya berada di negara Balkan, bagian Balkan itu seperti Lituania dan sebagainya. Ya, kita mulai saja tanpa berlama-lama. Mana sih gue udah main ini, tapi nggak apa-apa. Dari awal saja.
American military presence in the Baltics has been reinforced in response to the Russian military exercises held on both sides of the Sawatki Gap in Kaliningrad and Belarus. With more than 40,000 military personnel involved, ships, tanks, planes, and helicopters, it's the biggest military exercise ever held in the region. Camp Hercus, the new permanent U.S. base in the region, is at the epicenter of tensions as U.S. and Russian military exercises are held simultaneously less than 20 miles away from each other.
The need for the permanent deployment of U.S. forces in Lithuania is more apparent than ever, and we are looking forward to continuing to take advantage of opportunities to enhance the interoperability of our forces, providing a credible deterrent against any potential aggression, and to operate more effectively should deterrence fail.
General Bennett, you are in charge of U.S. military operations in the region. Why are U.S. forces in such close proximity to the Russian exercise? Don't you fear this aggressive posture could lead to an escalation?
Last time I checked, Lithuania was a sovereign country. If it is their wish to host permanent U.S. forces on their soil, I don't see why Moscow should have a say in that. Now, if you excuse me, I have a military exercise to prepare.
Thank you, General Bennett.
Good morning, Commander. So, have you seen me on the news? Everyone's talking about this exercise.
Langsung saja, guys. Latihan militer nih, cuy.
Miller keeps calling and won't give me a break if I don't throw him a bone. Go pick him up at his hotel and take him for a tour, Commander. Show him around the base, whatever you want, as long as you keep him out of my hair. And take Williams with you. No offense, but she's more talkative than you.
Already there.
Well, Commander, I guess we're the bone then. Miller's hotel is on the way to the training area. Let's hope he's in a better mood than the General. There are units from all three Baltic states regrouped here. Lithuanian artillery, mechanized infantry from Latvia, as well as reservists and armored vehicles from Estonia. They have different equipment, different tactics, speak different languages. Creating an interoperable force in this region is a real headache. Counselor Miller, I am Major Williams. It's a pleasure to have you with us. The commander and I will show you around on our way to the general. Please hop in.
Well, it's about time. Let's go. Take me to the training ground first. I need to make sure that our equipment is showcased in the best possible conditions.
The exercise is about to start, so you will be able to see for yourself. But I didn't know there was a show.
This whole exercise is for show, Major. A show of force for our potential enemies, but also an arms fair for our partners.
I see. And which partners are we trying to impress today, Counselor?
That's confidential. Just drive, Major. Are we there yet, Major?
Almost, sir. This is the artillery training ground, Counselor. Here our soldiers practice fire mission procedures. The commander will make a demonstration for you.
Well, let's see how much time it'll take you to hit all these targets, Commander.
Call for fire received. Fire coordinates received.
Personil dapat dan melakukan artileri.
Dispersion increases with distance. That's why more rounds are needed to hit targets located further away.
Order available, sir.
Smart munitions don't have this problem. They are much more accurate and can correct their trajectory to hit a target designated by a laser.
Dia lebih
Order ready to
guys.
fire. Fire mission received. Order ready. Send mission.
As you can see, our latest battlefield management interface enables extremely responsive fire missions.
Sekarang kita
It was I who sold that concept to Congress. Glad to see it works in
misi
practice, too.
anti-udara. PR.
So how is your hotel, Counselor? I've heard it's quite fancy.
Apart from the fact that I was woken up every 20 minutes by helicopters passing right over my head, it was lovely. Hey, why is the radar of this Patriot turned off?
It's the standard procedure to keep the radar turned off by default, to keep the unit mobile and avoid destruction by anti-radiation missiles. They can still use their backup tracking systems to target aircraft, but in this mode, their detection and engagement range are limited.
Then switch this radar on, Commander. Let's see how far target practice drones can be detected and engaged.
Jadi
Anti-aircraft
kuat nih,
standing by.
kita bisa mengkontrolernya agar
Radar turned on.
bisa mendeteksi pesawat musuh sama jangkauannya lebih jauh. Tapi minusnya kalau ada menyala,
Wow, the range of these missiles is
musuh
impressive.
bisa ngekontra dengan
The efficiency
kuat
of the
dengan
radar depends on the
destinasi
altitude of the target.
atau
Low-flying aircraft are harder to detect,
pendekan dari
and helicopters cannot be
apa namanya,
targeted at all
passing
as they
air
fly
defense.
below the minimum detection altitude of the
Jadi
radar.
dia bisa ngelok sendiri ke
That's why
radar.
short-range air defense, SHORAD, is needed to complement long-range surface-to-air
Good copy.
missiles.
Next waypoint received.
Sir, the vehicles must be kept on the shooting platform for safety reasons.
Humvee awaiting command.
A fine demonstration of our firepower, Commander. The message is clear. No country equipped with our anti-aircraft systems need worry about its airspace being violated.
Nah, kita ke bagian tank.
This is the tank firing range. A platoon of M1A2 Abrams is ready for the demonstration. Tank armor is much stronger on the front than on the sides. The training of our crews consists in maneuvering to engage the enemy from the flank, while minimizing the exposure of their own flanks.
Make way.
Tanks carry different types of rounds. Explosive rounds to engage infantry and lightly armored vehicles, and armor-piercing rounds to deal with highly armored targets. Explosive rounds are equally effective at any distance, but the penetration of armor-piercing rounds increases the closer you get to the target.
Kayak apa sih?
You should move closer to the targets to demonstrate the
armatan.
increased penetrating power of the kinetic ammunition, Commander.
Gunner, take them
Bentar ya,
out.
guys.
Very well. Now, can you send as many targets as possible? Let's see what a Soviet invasion of Europe would have looked like.
Our tanks benefit from good reverse speed, which is not the case with Russian-designed tanks. This allows us to move backward to avoid being overrun, while maintaining our powerful frontal armor facing the enemy. Well, this is it. 70 tons of American diplomacy.
You mean 70 tons of a diplomatic nightmare? I had explained to the Lithuanian government why they needed to reinforce all their road bridges from here to Poland to support their weight.
Sure, but when they arrive, nothing stands in their way. And how was your flight, Counselor?
Completely unremarkable. You know, I spent half my life in the air, so the only surprises would be finding snakes on the plane, flying the thing myself, or reaching my 60s without getting cancer.
Duh, sorry guys, masih
I'll
makan
be
kucing
awaiting
dulu,
orders.
lagi sakit. Nah, sekarang next latihan heli. Udah cinok nih 2 biji.
Troop transport ready.
Helicopters are impressive machines. Boy, are they noisy.
Our pilots are ready to take off. Do you want to hop in for a ride, counselor?
Certainly. It'll be a nice change from those little private helicopters that fly like cabs.
Cargo helicopters can transport troops and supplies, but also vehicles as long as their weight allows it. One of our vehicles broke down during a maneuver exercise. Let's go and recover it with our helicopter.
Flying there now. Already there. Thrusting forward. Flight plan confirmed.
Armored transport standing by.
Heavy transport ready. Chinook. Chinook, awaiting mission.
Ininya
The hooks are in place. Now let's drop it off at the repair station.
Call my helo fat again. Heading there now. Flight path updated. Coordinates received.
ini kalau ada apa animasi tali sling sih lebih bagus sih. Soalnya tali tag kayak nggak mungkin ya. Armor vehicle muat di dalam sini.
Touchdown.
The vehicle has been unloaded. The mechanics will get it back in working order. How about a little target practice now, counselor? Get behind one of the machine guns, and we'll put you in range of some targets to shoot at.
But I have never fired a machine gun before.
New flight plan received.
Don't worry, it's very simple, and I'll be here to help.
Flying to coordinates.
Sekarang kita
New flight path set.
nembakan jatah di heli. Tembakan
Already there. Chinook reporting in. All weapons.
Here we go! Bum,
Chinook at your command.
Come on, get some! Woo! Yeah!
bisa terbang.
Get some! Get some! Yeah!
Pretty impressive for someone who's never shot before.
Flying to coordinates.
That must be a natural.
All the targets are down. Let's head back to the helipad.
Flying there now.
I've not had that much fun in a long time. You sure know how to entertain, Major. You should come work with me. With you by my side, getting those contracts signed would be a breeze. Plus, you wouldn't have to work with this grumpy old man anymore.
Thank you for the offer. At the moment, I'm tied to my current assignment.
Personal care.
I see. Well, think about it.
Moving out.
Lanjut ke latihan melakukan tinggi.
This is the ATGM shooting ground. It stands for Anti-Tank Guided Missiles. They travel slower than tank rounds, but have a greater range. Their use is therefore preferable when the line of sight is unobstructed.
Yeah, I know that. Send the targets. Let's see that in practice.
Striker here.
In absence of a specific command, the gunners communicate their targets to each other. If a missile is already in flight, the other gunner will give priority to another target. That way, no missiles are wasted.
It's a pleasant surprise to see I'm not the only one worrying about the taxpayers' money here.
The range of the missiles can be superior to the detection range of the unit, so they generally work alongside recon units. The gunners are trained to switch targets mid-flight if the initial target disappears or if instructed to do so. This is particularly useful, as the long flight time of the missile can give time to the enemy to take cover or activate their smoke dischargers.
Someone asked for a ride?
I hope you use the old TOW 2A for this demonstration. The new Top Attack TOW 2B costs twice as much, so using them against anything other than a tank is a waste of resources.
Don't worry, sir. We use special training ammunition, both cheaper and less hazardous than regular ammo during exercises. By the way, Counselor, where do you and the General know each other from?
We were friends once. Good friends, actually.
Oh, and what happened?
Can we just not have this conversation, please? When do we get there? I see nothing happening here. What's going on?
It's a good sign, sir. Our troops are exercising their camouflage skills here.
Copy.
They try to reach the target area undetected by staying away from the hostile patrols, staying in cover as much as possible, and sprinting to move across open areas faster. Recon units are specially trained and equipped to remain as discreet as possible. They have a reduced visual, thermal, and electronic signature that makes them harder to detect.
Electronic signature? So they refrain from posting geolocalized selfies during the mission? Impressive.
Ini dengan pencet tombol Alt kita bisa lihat line of sight dari si sniper ini.
Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Infiltrating. Move, move, move.
Go 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 go.
Spotted!
Shit.
Snipers standing by.
Jadi geraknya harus pas dia kanan.
We move in silence. Infiltration underway.
Oh, ini nih. Pen Price sama Macmillan.
Snipers ready. Walking like ghosts. Copy. We're moving in silence.
Nab!
Aduh,
Sniper team standing by.
kayaknya harus lewat sini.
Sneaking in. Moving silent. On the move. Stealth mode. Moving quietly. Stay low. Go fast.
kita hold di sini dulu sampai PR-nya yang
Not a sound.
kabur. Nih gue sukanya Broken Arrow nih kalau di zoom detail ya dibandingin kayak Warnung.
On the move. Stealth mode. Copy. We're moving in silence. Copy. Infiltrating. Sneaking in. Infiltration underway. Moving silent. Walking like ghosts.
Langsung aja gitu. Full dolar.
We move in silence.
Kita lompat dulu di bukan sini. Takutnya BTR-nya balik. Harusnya aman sih.
Infiltrating. Quick like.
Busted!
Aduh, apaan sih?
Sniper team, at your orders,
Ini
sir.
awan dari mana? Aduh, aduh, aduh.
Infiltration underway.
Saat ini kayaknya nih.
Copy. We're moving in silence. On the move. Stealth mode. Moving silent.
Cepet, cepet, cepet.
Walking like ghosts. Sneaking in. We move in silence.
Jangan ketahuan, guys.
Ha!
Ah,
Spotted!
bangke.
Sniper team, reporting in. Moving quietly. Copy. Infiltrating. Infiltrating. Sneaking in. Infiltration underway. Copy. We're moving in silence. Not a move. Moving quietly. Walking like ghosts. Double time. Moving silent. On the move. Stealth mode. We're blending in.
Yes, jangan ketahuan lagi.
We move in silence. On the double.
Well, well. Looks like we have hide-and-seek champions.
Armored transport, standing by.
What's being built here?
Nothing. This is the close quarter training area. Infantrymen use these buildings to simulate urban combat. The rules are simple. We try to capture their sector, and they try to capture ours.
Sounds good. Let's see what you're made of, Commander.
Nih kita deploy ke sininya bisa pakai strike.
Roger. We're on the move. Moving out.
Infantry weapons have
Nice.
varying ranges and efficiencies. Long-range support weapons usually require the unit to be static, while short-range assault weapons can be fired on the move. Assault weapons are also more effective once in range, and can be used to breach buildings held by enemy units.
Striker, ready for action. Armored transport, ready. Moving out. Pedal to the metal. Someone asked for a ride? Troop transport, standing by. All walking sandbags, jump out. Transport here.
Vehicles can provide excellent fire support, but are vulnerable to infantry anti-tank rockets. They must therefore be kept out of their range as much as possible.
Rangers in combat, what are your orders? Weapons stream under fire.
When units are under fire or take damage, their stress level increases, which makes them less efficient. There are two levels of stress expressed by a blinking orange or red color on their label. When a unit is low on ammo or heavily damaged, it's preferable to send it back to base rather than abandoning it to its fate. Units sent back to base become available again sooner, and you'll receive a bonus of requisition points proportional to their condition.
Rangers in combat, awaiting command. Ass up and let's get out of here. Striker in combat, send your orders. Hit it. Rangers in combat, awaiting command. Hit the gas.
Well, that was a good show, Commander. But it demonstrates one thing. Our allies are not ready at all to defend themselves. Had it been the Russians in front of them today, they would have been slaughtered.
Failure is part of training, sir. They're only reservists. They will continue to drill.
Already there.
Karena kita ke vehicle depot ya, mungkin terakhir. Oke, nanti gua main sampai
Was Bennett's staff your first assignment, Commander? What about you, Major?
Yes, sir. It's been 5 years now.
Well, you didn't draw the winning ticket with him as CO. He was sidelined a long time ago, and you won't be able to advance your career if you stay attached to that sinking ship.
Humvee here, go ahead.
What's going on here?
Some of our vehicles broke down, apparently. Thanks to the diagnostic system integrated into our vehicles, we can easily identify which part is damaged.
We cannot let that happen. Not today.
Don't worry, sir. We have the necessary supplies to repair them. The commander will call a cargo truck from the support group and make sure they bring a big load of supplies with them. As soon as the supplies are unloaded next to the vehicles, the crew will handle the repairs automatically.
Logi here, send traffic.
Kalau di PVP nih
Breaker
supply
19,
nih
who needs supplies?
deres nih.
Unloading.
Nggak bisa ini bisa survive.
Catch you on the flip-flop. I'm RTB.
The vehicles are now fully operational again.
Ready.
Perfect. Now let's move on. That's all well and good, but I'm not here for these trifles. I've got a major fighter jet contract to attend to. So here's the real showstopper. I want you to demonstrate its air-to-ground and air-to-air capabilities for our guests.
Take a seat, Miller. I'm in charge here.
Ah, General. I was wondering when you'd come out of hiding. So, what's on the menu, Chef?
We'll start with a classic. Close air support with good old A-10s.
Yeah, like in '91, the good old days. You never change your record, do you?
Shut up, Miller! Commander, you will be leading this demonstration. Call in an A-10 and order it to destroy the marked targets. Planes must work in coordination with recon to target enemy ground units. The recon detects and identifies the target while the plane maneuvers to attack it.
Let's gun something down.
Pakai berat nih. Warkop lah.
Strike
Whoa!
complete.
Sound of that gun always gives me chills. It reminds me of... well, whatever. Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Suaranya.
Now call in a Harrier to make a bombing run.
Oh, great. Another old crate.
New bearing set.
Harrier.
Coordinates received. Bombs are ready. Strike complete.
Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Saya aja nggak bisa ini sih, nggak bisa apa, tol gitu.
All right, Commander, send in the F-15EX now.
Finally.
JDM ya, JDM.
This plane is equipped with a laser designation pod and smart bombs.
In the air.
You mark the target with the pod and the bombs will correct their trajectory to hit with pinpoint accuracy.
Rolling on the target area. Coming around now.
You see, making gun runs and guiding missiles is outdated.
Of course, sir.
Now, you drop a bomb from as far as you can and you let it do the job for you.
Turning to new heading.
Well, let's try again with a moving target this time. And you'll see that a human is still needed to predict the target's trajectory.
Oh sekarang lasernya lebih
When you
enak.
take one of these bombs on the
Kayaknya
face
nggak jelas
like that,
meter gitu.
the coffin they send back home doesn't weigh much. Believe me. Send in the second F-15, Commander. This time to demonstrate its air-to-air capabilities against drones.
We have potential buyers for dozens of these planes, so make sure these drones are shot down nice and clean, Commander.
Remind me, Miller, Are we here to defend these people or to sell them weapons?
Selling them weapons means they can defend themselves. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. I just make sure they buy from the right bait and tackle shop.
Drone destroyed. Proceed to next target. Second target destroyed.
Engaging.
I think
3 out of 3.
Blind the coordinates.
There's one more drone, Commander. Finish it.
Bangs out.
bukan drone US.
Great job, Commander. If we don't land a contract for a few jets after that, I'll be damned.
General, we've got a problem. I've asked confirmation from the airbase, and they sent 3 drones as planned, not 4.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me we scratched some civvies who can't read a map.
No, sir. The radar signature was definitely that of a UAV.
Well, in any case, that means trouble.
Kita lanjut ke misi berikutnya. Kayaknya abis ini udahan dulu deh.
The Lithuanian government denounced a violation of its airspace and closed its frontier with Belarus and Russia.
The unknown object that was shot down during the exercise turned out to be a Russian drone. The official line is that it was shot down to prevent an air collision with our jets training nearby. But the Russians refused to go along with that story and maintained that it was flying on their side of the border.
But it was flying on the wrong side of the border, right?
Well, it was hit in the Lithuanian airspace, but ended up a few meters on the other side of the frontier. So, as you can imagine, they jumped on the occasion to create their own narrative. In any case, the Lithuanian government has closed their borders with Belarus and Kaliningrad until the end of the investigations. As a response, the Russians have placed all their troops at the border on high alert and sent a quote-unquote military convoy carrying humanitarian aid to Kaliningrad. They are approaching the town of Lazdishe as we speak.
And nobody thought about stopping them?
It's a tricky situation. The Lithuanians cannot block humanitarian convoys without breaking international treaties.
Humanitarian my ass. We can't let that happen. The so-called humanitarian convoy is like spitting in our face. Williams, what are our units in the area?
A striker company from 2nd Cav is training nearby. If they move at once, they should be able to intercept the convoy before it reaches the city of Lazdie.
This isn't much, but it'll have to do. Dispatch them immediately.
The convoy has been spotted a few miles down this highway, sir.
No time to lose then. This crossroad is the last position where we can stop them before they reach the city. Send your troops there immediately, Commander.
Pedal to the metal.
The convoy is approaching. We're tracking its position with a drone.
Hurry up! Capture the crossroad before they reach it.
Remember, this is officially a humanitarian convoy. And unless proven otherwise, it must be considered as such. Act with extreme caution here, General.
Yeah, of course. Commander, make sure our troops are instructed to hold their
Copy.
fire and
Relocating.
engage only if fired upon.
Copy. Fire only when fired upon. Moving there now. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
We are holding the crossroad, General.
Striker, standing
They are
by.
approaching rapidly. Maybe they didn't see us. Shall we fire a warning shot?
Negative! Hold your fire
Hey,
and
check
stay
out
in the
the
middle of the
location
road.
they gave me.
Show them we're here, and they'll back off.
They stopped.
It looks like they're hesitating.
I guess they weren't expecting us. Come on, now is the moment of truth. Either they go back, or they try to pass in force.
Look, they're moving back.
Thank God we won't have a war on our hands today. Congratulations,
Roger.
General.
Oscar
I have
Mike.
to admit, I didn't think it would be
Striker,
that
your
easy.
command, sir.
No, wait. They turned left. What are they doing?
They're trying another approach to bypass us. Commander,
Roger, here, send
redeploy your troops on these
10-4,
crossroads.
we're moving.
Show them we're not here
Roger.
by
We're on
accident.
the move.
Don't forget to call
Here.
reinforcements. We'll need all the help we can get to cover all these crossing points.
Striker ready for combat. Already there.
First crossroad secured.
Striker reporting in. Striker awaiting orders.
They've stopped again.
Roger. We're on the move. Copy. Relocating.
Second crossroad secured, sir. Enemy soldiers have dismounted from the trucks and started moving in our direction. We got positive identification of weapons. I repeat, PID of weapons.
Hold your fire! This is a game of chicken. Whoever shoots first takes the blame.
And whoever gets shot first dies.
Combat vehicle
Williams,
ready.
drop a bomb on the road in front of them as a
Roger.
warning.
Moving
We
out.
must show where our red line stands.
Moving there now. Fly truck ready to transport. Weapons team here. Get in that building! Set up a base of fire! Need supplies? Looks like we got us a convoy!
Our drone has been shot down.
Heavy weapons ready.
It's clear they're not coming to shake hands. You're authorized to engage, Commander.
Armed vehicles are detaching from the bulk of the convoy. They're moving up in our direction. Prepare for an assault.
Logistics ready.
Establish defensive positions in the buildings near the crossroads on our flank, Commander. And make sure our troops are resupplied. If one of these positions is overwhelmed, fall back on the main crossroad and hunker down there. I scrambled jets to provide fire support, but they won't be there before 30 minutes. Your orders are simple. Hold at all costs until they arrive.
Your men will never hold that long. Give me a minute. We have a pair of AC-130 gunships in the area. I will demand they be rerouted in your direction.
We? Who are you actually working with now, Miller?
Firepower.
Just use the planes and don't ask questions. They will be there in about 10 minutes.
Copy. We RTB. Heavy weapons team in combat. Fighting vehicle reporting in. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Copy. Relocating. We're on the move. All ass! Weapons team at your orders. Check that building. Double time! Count on it. Let's get away. Mortar ready. Send coordinates. Copy. Call for fire received. Striker here. Go ahead. Who needs support? Roger. Fire coordinates received. Who wants a skylight for his house? Moving. My truck took a beating and needs repairs. Mortar ready to engage, sir. Roger. Call for fire received. Moving there now. Mash your motor. We gotta go. Pedal the metal. Let's take the hammer lane. Power up, for fuck's sake. Mortar ready, sir. Mortar ready to engage, sir. Artillery mission is over. Let's head back to base. Pedal to the metal. Time to fingerprint that load. Mortar ready. Send mission. Relocating to the next emplacement. Let's back out. Mortar available, sir. Cargo truck ready. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Like
Be
a
advised,
rocket
Commander.
sled on
A
rails.
second wave of vehicles has forced the border and is approaching on the highway. They are accompanied by self-propelled howitzers this time.
Static defenses will be hammered by their artillery, so use the mobility of the strikers to avoid their fire.
Artillery took a hit. We need maintenance. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Logistics ready. Striker here. Go ahead. Who needs support? Mortar ready. Send coordinates. Who wants a skylight for his house? Move your asses! On ass! We're moving! Roger. Fire mission received. Fighting vehicle engaged!
Ya,
Mortar at your command, sir. Heavy weapons team taking fire. Combat vehicle here. We're engaged. Weapons team ready. Mount up and move out. Striker here. We're engaged. Weapons team in combat. Requesting orders. Move! Watch your spacing! Good copy. Fire coordinates received. Striker ready. Vehicle heavily damaged. Need maintenance. Call for fire received.
A handful of Lithuanian units have arrived and will hold the outskirts of the town on our left. Fall back on the main crossroad and hunker down there to receive the main Russian assault.
Standing by. Moving out. Copy. Relocating. Already there. Get your gear. We're moving.
Their artillery fires volley after volley without repositioning. Sadly, our mortars lack the range to provide counter battery without exposing themselves.
They're just asking to be beaten. Williams, contact the Lithuanian artillery battery that was training with the strikers. Those PZH-2000s will come in handy.
At once, sir.
Our vehicle took a hit! We need maintenance! Heavy weapons team is under fire!
Ini loh.
Striker in combat!
Sir, the Lithuanian artillery responded. One of their platoons is already on its way. You can call it as reinforcement, Commander.
Roger, moving out.
The situation is getting dire here, Miller. When are those planes coming?
On the move.
Almost there. Just hold on a few more minutes.
Received. Power up, for fuck's sake! Artillery on the move. Artillery moving out. I love big guns. Mobile artillery reporting in. Vehicle status is red. ATGM carrier ready for action. Tanks are dead. We're in the missile age now. Need supplies? Let's dump that. Striker ready. Striker here. Striker waiting orders. Get your asses out of my vehicle. Striker ready for action. Weapons team.
Sounds like their guns have been silenced at last.
Vehicle status red. Situation's hot. Direct fire on my mark. What are you waiting for? Drive. Striker ready. Striker at your command, sir. Artillery at your command, sir. Providing direct fire. Heavy weapons here. Armored transport engaged in combat. Vehicle engaged. Requesting maintenance. Artillery ready to fire, sir. Direct fire engagement. Personnel carrier in combat. Welcome to the missile age, punks. Ready to rain down death. Proceeding to the next base of fire. Striker reporting in. Pedal to the metal. Artillery standing by. Target marked, direct
The
fire.
cavalry has arrived, Commander. The gunships are here to support you.
Yes,
Move them
you
over
want
enemy
to-
positions and enjoy the show.
Here, beans, bullets, and band-aid. Mission's over. Back to the depot. Shut your crowcatcher and move out. Striker under fire. Requesting order. Gunship ready. Proceeding as frag. Engaging target for direct fire.
Wow.
Heavy weapons team engaged in combat. Weapons team is your command, sir.
Kalau PVP mustahil aja. SC-150.
The Russian troops seem to be falling back. Looks like they've
Fine.
had enough for today.
That was a close organize our next move.
Gunship here.
Congratulations, Commander.
AC gunship waiting
No
target.
time for congratulations. Reports indicate Russian penetrations on all the main axes leading to the three capital cities of the Baltic states. So there you have it, General. The long-awaited war.
Aduh, sepertinya udahan dulu guys, mau maju dulu ya, lanjut maleman kita main TV sama teman. Thank you bagi yang sudah menonton.